It's amazing that in first-person shooters, you're able to get so much spatial awareness by looking at such a small screen. Now, for example, if someone throws a grenade at you, you will see a big indicator that shows you that there's a grenade nearby. And this UI element that you see on in your field of view while playing the game is called a heads-up display. It basically gives you information that you normally wouldn't be able to have and overlays it on your screen. What could some of the real life applications be? Well, it is already applied in real life in fighter jets such as the F-35. When the pilot wears the specific helmet for the plane, he can actually see through the plane and increase his field of view so much. Like it's like you're actually flying while you're actually in the aircraft piloting it. You will then wonder something so important should actually have its applications to it in our everyday lives. Today we're going to explore how this technology can be used in cars. Now, the first reason why you would want to have a heads-up display in your car is to keep your attention on the road. There are so many accidents that are caused yearly by people getting distracted just by their phones or something, or just zoning out while driving. We're all human, we can make mistakes. You should be wondering, wouldn't having something that overlays on your windscreen distract you? It all depends on how it's actually implemented. So, for example, if you have something on your screen and there's also nothing warning you about what's ahead of you, it then gets dangerous. A lot of cars have sensors to detect objects around them. You might think why you would need a heads up display when autonomous vehicles might be the future. Well, one reason is that you need to know what decisions your car is going to make for you. And a heads up display can serve as some kind of human machine interface that can show you what it's actually going to do. For the safety of pedestrians and other vehicles on the road, you will need to know what kind of decisions your car is actually going to make because you're basically leaving your life in the hands of the programmer. So you need that time to make a judgment on what you actually need to do, which is why a heads-up display can be very useful in this case. An example of how this can be done is a color field that's mapped across your heads-up display. It can, let's say, it can show me like it can indicate objects in green when it can detect that something is there and it's going to avoid it, and indicate objects in red showing that it's going to ignore the objects, right? Because for example in Africa, the way cars are the way people get robbed is somebody just stands in front of the road and a human being will naturally stop. But having that awareness to make that judgment early, whether it's going to be safe to actually stop for the person or you have to ignore the person or even ram the person over to protect yourself. A heads-up display can help with this. Now considering regular vehicles, a heads-up display can improve safety while you're driving in low visibility conditions. Headlights have improved over the course of time with using LED technologies, and they've become brighter and they last much longer. But if let's say you're driving at night and it's also very foggy, you won't see anything in front of you. You won't even know what's in, like you won't be able to see whether the floor is wet. There are many things that you would miss out, and which is why with all these sensors and a heads-up display, you'll be able to get much more information than you could while relying on your human senses in those situations. For modern cars, sound is the usual notification cue for lane change and automatic braking, but it's still not enough to get the feedback you need. Another little trick that a heads-up display can help you do is increase your field of view. In modern cars, safety standards keep improving, and the A pillars might keep getting bigger and bigger. But if you need that much more field of view to be able to see around you, a heads-up display might potentially give you that vision that you need. A heads-up display would improve your overall driving experience, regardless. You can use it like if somebody calls you on your phone, you can get the notification on your screen. What if they send you a text? Get the text on your screen. Google Maps can navigate you to where you need to go to. It can display information on how far you are behind the car. All these things would improve the overall driving experience. Let's discuss the fundamental basics of a modern display. The smallest element of a modern display is the pixel. A pixel has three subpixels: red, green, and blue, which each have 255 levels of brightness. Due to the variations that you can achieve by mixing and matching the brightness levels, when you arrange them in a space, which is a screen, you'll be able to get whatever image you need based on these brightness levels of each subpixel. Now, specifically for transparent displays using OLED technology, pixels are made up of organic light emitting diodes. An organic light emitting diode uses a series of organic films sandwiched between two transparent electrodes. When current passes through these electrodes, the organic layer emits light. This improves on the traditional screens as OLEDs don't require backlight, and that makes them thinner. Since they emit their own light, when they want to display black, they turn off. So when you see an OLED screen in the dark showing a black picture, you actually don't see anything. It's completely dark. This makes them extremely energy efficient and very thin. Because of this, they become industry standards in phones. They are very slim and you can use them for flexible displays and transparent OLED displays. Now, the only difference between what a transparent OLED display has and what a regular OLED display has is that a transparent OLED display has reflective electrodes in addition to the transparent electrodes to redirect light back into your eyes. The larger the effective area of the reflective electrode, the less transparent the screen is, but the more you'll be able to see, the brighter the image actually becomes. The world's first transparent display was showcased on CES 2021 by LG. While the showcase for the technology was cool and all, there could be more important real-life practical applications for a transparent OLED display, like this one, or like what we've been talking about all this time. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time. And also, I was supposed to talk about electrochromatic glass, but I actually forgot to talk about it.
And you won't do that now.
No.